Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So, not good news. Because Trump is a faux populist who doesn't give a damn about the well-being of our country, because he's a greedy moron who only cares about corporate interests and doesn't believe in science or climate change, his administration just announced that they'll be opening up over half of the Tongass National Forest to logging. Even though when they opened up the idea to public comment, 96% of the public commenters were opposed to this. Only 1% supported it. And all 5 of the native tribal nations in Alaska opposed this decision and withdrew their support as a cooperating agency. And here's the biggest kick in the teeth, because he's claiming this is to help corporations and help them make money and help the economy. But this move is actually going to cost all of us as taxpayers. It's going to cost us money out of our pockets to do this. And I'll explain that in just a minute. But first, here's what this is all about. Trump is reversing a Clinton-era law which protected this part of the Tongass. So this will make it legal as of October 29th for logging companies to cut down and strip over 9.3 million acres of the forest. The loss of so much of this rainforest is just, it deals such a significant blow to the efforts to curb global warming. And this is one of the largest public land giveaways that Trump has provided to corporations. And that's saying something because he's given them a lot. Scientists have described the Tongass forest this way, quote, "While tropical rainforests are the lungs of the planet, the Tongass is the lungs of North America." One scientist said that the Tongass is America's last climate sanctuary. And scientists say that this one forest absorbs at least 8% of all the carbon stored in the US, and they call it an ecological oasis. It's also known as a habitat for salmon, trout, and deer, and it contains the highest population of brown bears in North America. And tribes nearby in villages rely on this forest. They don't have grocery stores. So they literally rely on the fish and the berries and other natural resources in this forest to eat, to survive. So here's why he's doing it. Like I said, money. Alaska has, admittedly, they've suffered financially due to COVID, right? Just as every other area, but they've been hit particularly hard because they usually have a lot of revenue from tourism. A lot of cruise ships come in and out of their ports, but because of COVID, of course, that's been shut down. Also, it has suppressed seafood prices. But once again, rather than our government helping we the people, rather than them stepping in with a stimulus bill that would have kept Alaskans, kept Americans in general safe at home and able to provide for their families, they're moving once again to help corporate America instead. And all the while, they're going to place future generations and the entire world at risk with climate change. Just imagine if they had taken even a portion of that $1 trillion a day that they were pumping into the stock market so that CEOs could get huge bailouts, so they could get massive bonuses that we're now just finding out about, and then file for bankruptcy, because that has been going on. That's a new report that just came out. So many of these companies, these major corporations, took our tax dollars, took bailouts, and then went and gave money to their upper echelon of their company, gave millions and millions of dollars in bonuses and buyouts to a bunch of their corporate elites, and then went and filed for bankruptcy. But imagine if the government, rather than doing that with our money, because this is our money, they are just writing checks to corporate America and the stock market with our checkbook. Imagine if they had given every American a basic income of $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Or if they had simply made that extra $600 unemployment benefit permanent throughout the pandemic instead of for a couple months. And here's how this is going to cost average Americans. This costs all of us as taxpayers millions of dollars each year. And the reason being is that there's a federal mandate that requires that companies must profit off of timber sales, which is ridiculous. Can you imagine starting a company and the government said, oh, we're going to make it a federal mandate that you must make a profit. And if you don't, we're going to take taxpayer money to make sure that you do. Who wouldn't start a company? Are you kidding me? So the Forest Service frequently covers the cost of harvesting this timber. They cover the cost to build the roads. Imagine if the government did that for you. Imagine if you said, I want to start a business. And the government said, okay, well, we will pay to rehab the entire inside of your store so that on day one, you don't have to spend a dime and you can start making profit. It's unreal what these corporations get away with in this country. So an analysis was actually performed by a group called Taxpayer for Common Sense, and they reviewed all of the accounting for the Forest Service. And what they found is just unreal. They found that the Tongass Timber Program, because there are other areas where there's already roads, where it's already cleared. And so this has been going on for a while, but now they're letting them expand it. So the Tongass Timber Program, over the past 40 years, has lost $1.7 billion. Again, that's your tax money. That's my tax money. This is being paid out of the federal coffers so that they can make a profit. Oh, it's such bullshit. It's such... Republicans do not believe in capitalism. They can play that song all day long. They can pretend to dance to that tune forever. They don't believe in capitalism. They believe in crony capitalism. They believe in corporate welfare. They believe in corporate socialism. You and I are paying the price. We are socializing the Tongass Timber Program. It's unbelievable. But yet everybody else, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Capitalism. Woo! Got to let the market decide. Really? Oh boy. All right, guys. As always, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for listening and watching. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.